So because I'm doing something differently, better than everyone else, and you can't make fun of me for it, you're mad. Oh, too fucking bad. Go fucking jump off.
Swole brothers and sisters, before we listen to the man with the massive honkers tell us about nutrition and health, I would be remiss if I didn't warn you that I, Broside Phil, am not a personal trainer, a doctor, or in any way certified or licensed to give advice on diet, physical fitness, or any other medical styled advice. If you want to start training, cool, but I recommend talking to a doctor and trusting that doctor, not a ball of fucking Crisco on the internet, before you start any training or dietary regimen. Seriously, Phil, I hope people listen to your advice and sue the shit out of you for ruining their physical health. Alright, legal shit's done. Let's watch this grotesque container of bone and fat tell us about how healthy he is.
I noticed your health has improved a lot over the years. Is there anything in particular that helped you to lose weight? Seems like you're not on any crazy restrictive diet. You still do DSP tries it. I'm wondering what your secret is. Honestly, I'm tempted by these weight loss jabs, but I want to give myself a fair shot. Seems my mindset may be the main aspect of losing weight as staying healthy. All the best. Here's the thing. I really don't think there's a universal answer.
Calories in versus calories out. Yes, it's universal or you're breaking the laws of physics.
Because everyone's different. Their metabolism is different. You know what I'm saying? I could easily tell you what I'm doing, and it doesn't mean that it's going to work for you. I don't know your life situation. I don't know your health right now. Okay? Here's what I can tell you. In my life, the reasons that I was overweight was the following. I overate, and when I ate too much of the wrong things. I drank unhealthy drinks that added a lot of sugar to my diet. Okay? And, excuse me, I basically ran myself ragged when it came to things like sleep schedule, stress levels. There's a lot of factors to it, all right?
Wrong, incorrect, niet, nine, and negatory. While that list of try to sound smart crap he rattled off might explain why someone retains water, doesn't grow muscle, or has high blood pressure, etc., all that extra fluff does not explain why he was fat. Well, he still is fat, but fat from back then. He consumed a fuck ton more calories than he burned. That's it. That's the core of the issue. It's the basic of basic ideals. It's the universal truth.
What have I improved in my life that has made me lose weight? Number one, I just don't drink soda at all.
I don't believe you.
Even now, I am drinking this can of Truly Unruly, all right? This can has 160 calories. It has very low sugar, very low carbs. It's low calorie. What the fuck?
Not to be redundant, but what the fuck? Low calorie? Are you fucking high? You want to argue that it's low carbs and low sugar, that's fine. 1 gram of sugar and 4 grams of carbs certainly isn't bad, but 12 ounces as 160 empty fucking calories? You know what has less calories per fluid ounce, Phil? Coke Classic. Yeah, the product with 39 grams of sugar is lower in caloric value than your low-calorie beverage. Like, he has to be trolling at this point, right?
I'm not drinking soda. I'm not drinking, you know what I mean? I'm not drinking juice. I'm drinking something that's very low calorie, and I do this all the time. During the day, I'm drinking filtered water out of this mug. 0 calories. You see? I don't drink any calories at all that I can avoid. At dinner, I have cherry juice because I have to for my health. But also, I drink like low-calorie juice. If I'm going to drink like a juice, I drink the low-cal versions. And I drink no soda at all. Absolutely no soda. Okay? 0.
Flashback.
Guess what I got to drink? Baja Blast.
End of flashback.
All right, that's number one. Number two, you can substitute healthier foods for the things that you already like. So let's oh, I love beef. I can't get enough of beef. Well, you can easily substitute chicken and turkey in place of beef. I've done that in my diet almost entirely. This week, outside of DSP Tries It, I've had turkey at least 2 times and chicken a couple times. You know, that's what tuna sometimes. Tuna is good too. Stuff like that. When I eat out, I don't eat things that are heavily fried. I don't eat things that have a lot of cheese. I try to stay away from that. You know, it used to be when you go out, what are you going to eat? Burgers. The Angus Deluxe Burger. I also ended up getting a junior bacon cheeseburger, which I love, the Dragon Flame Grilled Whopper with cheese. If you're going to Red Robin, a gourmet burger restaurant, you want to have a gourmet burger, right? Right? Something with Mexican food, burrito smothered in cheese and grease and beans. Now it's like we go out and get a poke bowl. We get chicken teriyaki.
Of course, chicken teriyaki, the chicken that is both high in sugar and sodium due to the teriyaki sauce. Oh, and is often fried in restaurants. Yes, the kind of chicken that adds 150 calories on average per 6 ounces of chicken is the best possible kind of chicken to have. Oh, wait, that's right. 160 calories is low calorie to fill. How silly of me.
Right? I go to a restaurant and I get the jerk chicken pineapple bowl. It's actually not bad for you at all. Full of flavor, but it's not like you're cheating yourself out of a good meal when you're out. You just have to pick the better options.
The only place I know of to serve a jerk chicken pineapple bowl is Bahama Breeze, and that comes with like a metric fuck ton of rice. Checking online, it's around 800 calories for the meal and about 50% of one's daily sodium intake. I'm not saying it's the worst choice ever, but he's acting like he's a fucking health connoisseur when he's making meh decisions at best.
And what happens is eventually, this is what's happened to me. Once you get those bad things out of your diet, the cheeseburger.
Quick reminder, the last 66% of DSP Tries It have been burgers.
Okay, the steak, the cheesy alternative, the soda. When you don't have it in your house, you don't crave it anymore. Because if it's not regularly in your diet, your body doesn't think of that when you're hungry. Get it? Like right now, if I was really hungry, I'd probably start thinking about a chicken sandwich. Seriously, like, oh, that's what I think, chicken. That's what I think about when I'm hungry because I don't think red meat, because I don't eat red meat.
Unless doing a DSP Tries It, then there is a greater than 50% chance he's eating red meat.
So you keep it out of your diet, you don't have it in your house, there's no temptation, it won't be a factor anymore, okay? That's all it really is.
Now, to give some credit, I believe this notion is known as out of sight, out of mind. It's recommended for changing habits, including dieting and even alcoholism. That is to say, it's the notion of not allowing yourself to be in close proximity of things you want to avoid. And yes, this is a good idea. I myself do this in 2 ways. I don't buy things I know are bad for me, but additionally, I set out things like bananas and apples in the center of the kitchen to be an eye grab for me. So if I'm hungry, the first thing I see is a healthier option, like a banana or an apple. So kudos, Phil. The special clock with the extra chronozone, see what I did there, was right. Good job.
A lot of people say, oh, it's all about, you have to have insane, strenuous exercise. You have to have you only need those things if you keep putting the calories in you. If you stop putting the bad calories in you, why would you need the insanely strenuous exercise?
Let's get this out of the way. Phil is a fucking idiot. Now that I've purged that from my system, let's look at this from a health perspective, then a psychological perspective. If you eat fewer calories but don't train, your body loses weight, yes, but much of that weight is going to be muscle. Now this is going to lead to weaker, slower metabolism and a softer physique like the skinny fat that Phil is. By contrast, if you exercise, especially with like resistance training, it tells your body to hang on to muscle even when food is scarce, so you're going to burn more fat rather than muscle and fat. Understand that as you're eating, you're actually replenishing fat reserves, and working out helps your body become more efficient at burning stored fat that you have, not just the dietary fat. And this is especially true when you're in a fasted state or if you're in a caloric deficit. Your body becomes more metabolically flexible. Now, intense exercise also boosts testosterone and growth hormones, and these both decline in someone like Phil, who is sedentary. Now, what's interesting about hormonal health, as I've been learning, is without this physical stimulus of working out, someone in a caloric deficit, like Phil constantly claims to be in, well, they may experience low energy and mood swings. Now, who does that remind us of? Now, from the psychological side of the house, exercise boosts dopamine, serotonin, and endorphins, which are all your feel-good hormones, and this can lead to lowering things like anxiety and depression. You know, I have depression. Also, as one builds discipline to maintain their regimen, they'll also learn emotional regulation and patience, something noticeably absent from Filbert at all times. But the most important reason, at least for my egotistical self, is because I like the way I look by comparison to 10 years ago. I was a dumpy lad like Phil at one point, and I never want to go back to that. So there, Phil. There are your reasons on top of not wanting to be a cut-rate beta bitch of a man. Fucking asshole.
Right? I have been up to over 240 pounds in my life. So I've been there. But when I was that weight, I would wake up in the morning, I would eat an insanely unhealthy microwave breakfast sandwich, the greasy sausage and bacon and cheese, eat that, right? That's my breakfast. Or I would go over to the local fast food joint, all right? And at the local fast food joint, I would do a bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich every single morning. Okay? That's not what you're supposed to eat. Then for lunch, I would either go to a fast food place and get a burger or a fried sandwich, or I would get a big deli sandwich stacked with ham and cheese and mayo and a million condiments and unhealthy shit. That would be my lunch. And then dinner, I would come home, I would stuff my face, right? I mean, even those days, those YouTube days, early YouTube days, when I was, getting very popular, I would basically every day eat fast food. I would never cook for myself at all. Every day I would be going out to eat fast food without fail. So because of that, of course, that food's bad. Also, one other factor, and this is very important, only eat during the day when you have stuff ahead of you to do. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is you're going to be actively doing stuff during the course of the day that's like physical activities, okay? Do not eat late at night, okay? Do not eat late at night. If you eat late at night, those calories go directly onto your body and do not get used for anything because your body isn't burning anything because it doesn't need it. So if you eat right before you go to sleep, I'm hungry, I'm going to have a night snack, that is 100% going to your body and not going anywhere.
What the actual fuck are you talking about, Phil? Does he think the body magically shuts down to the point of 0 calorie usage? The average person burns 60 to 100 calories by sleeping. While sleeping, your body is repairing or growing the muscles that one used to the point of damage. This is why lifters constantly stress the importance of sleep. You're recovering. But to his misguided and fucking stupid claim that calories stick to you if you go to bed after you eat, this is just wrong. If I ate fuck all throughout the day and then shoved 2,000 calories in my mouth mere seconds before I went to bed, I'd lose weight because my basal metabolic rate is over 2,000 calories. As a matter of fact, dip fuck, if you eat decent protein and casein before bed like cottage cheese, you can actually improve your muscle recovery by eating just before bed. Am I saying to do this? No. But this oversimplified way of looking at eating before bed coupled with his smug "I know everything" aura made me want to make sure the record was straight. So what should you do? Realize when people go over their caloric goals, it's most often at night, right before bed. So be very mindful if you're eating late at night. The caloric density of what you eat, how much you eat, and your total energy balance, not the time, are what determine fat gain or loss.
So eat in the morning as soon as you wake up. Eat midday, all right? As long as you're doing things, it'll burn. Do not drink soda. Do not power load your body with fatty calories like cheeses and greases and the fatty meats. And don't eat right before you go to sleep. That's the best recommendations I can get. Just those small changes that I have made have led me to be going from like 230-something pounds down to 190 pounds.
I love that this is basically a poor man's infomercial of success. Now, guys, I used to be 230 to 240 pounds. I got no cardio despite Panda Lee throwing herself at me for some bedroom cardio, and I ate 10,000 calories a day. But finally, after giving up soda except for when I drink soda, not eating red meat except when I do, and making sure my beverages were always 160 calories or less, I found happiness. Follow my regimen and you too can look like this. Call 1-800-626-8487 for more information. That's 1-800-MAN-TITS to get started on your triple chin and non-existent bicep today.
That's correct. Spawn Killer says you can have those things, but it's just in moderation. Exactly right. Hence when people say to me, Phil, I don't get it. You did DSP Tries It this week at Jollibee, and you ate an Angus burger, and you ate a piece of fried chicken, and you ate half of the fried chicken sandwich. How on earth didn't you gain tons of weight? Because that's all I had like that this week. Like literally, that's all I ate that was like that. I don't eat like that every day. That's once a week that I do that, so I can do it. If I was eating like that every day, yeah, I'd be a blimp again like I used to be. But I don't eat like that every day. So because of that, that is my treat. That's my exception to the rule of what I'm doing every other day.
If you're an audio style listener, you definitely missed it. If you're watching this, it was literally one frame. But the man telling you that he's healthy and fit exposed one of his honkers, and well, it's robust.
Tomorrow, what am I having for dinner? Turkey burgers with lettuce and tomato, all right, with rice. That's I'm having 1 third-pound turkey burger, lettuce, tomato, pickles. Yes, I'm having condiments like ketchup and mustard on a brioche bun with a side of rice. That's my dinner. That, to me, is a delectable dinner. I crave that. I can't wait for tomorrow. That's a great dinner. My mouth is watering right now thinking about that. It's delicious. But people would say, what? Turkey, not beef? Wait, you're not doing 17 slices of cheese? There's no mayo on that? Wait, rice. You're not going to have fries or onion rings? No, I'm not. That's what I eat. That's actually my regular diet. Everything else is a treat for me. I have a frozen pizza that's been in my fridge for about 3 to 4 weeks. Maybe on a silly night, my wife and I say, hey, let's have a pizza. And we toss it in the oven and we each have a piece of pizza that night as a treat, as a snack. That's the rare occurrence. That's not dinner. You know what I'm saying? That's like the weird thing that I do on a one-off.
Dude is acting like he's the first person to discover turkey as a beef substitute. It's in probably 95% of all how you cut calories materials on the internet, Phil. You're not a wise sage of substitutions. You're a Karen who took a 1-hour familiarization course on first aid, and then you demand to be addressed as doctor. Calm the fuck down. And if he does have a frozen pizza in the fridge that's 3 to 4 weeks old, they both eat one slice of to be silly. Seriously, what the fuck can that marriage even be like? But if it's been in the fridge that long, I have to ask fucking why. Frozen pizza is good on the initial cook, maybe even in the oven for a reheat a few days later, but once condensation gets through the Ziploc bag you store it in, just... ew. And wait a damn minute, on a silly night? Wouldn't that be eating right before bed, Phil? Shame, sir. Shame.
Bonos Tecmo says, funny how people will nitpick your health lifestyle, but then they're eating Cheetos in their parents' basement and they're 300 to 400 pounds. Why do you think they nitpick other people's lifestyle? Because theirs is awful. And so the way to feel better about themselves is to try to nitpick somebody else. Right now, the person who calls me fat the most is about 3 times the size of me.
Maybe that's a dig at Rich or Ashton, but I call Phil fat all the time, and guess what? He's still probably right. Given his muscle density, or lack thereof, I'd wager I'm 3 times the size of Phil in terms of pure muscle mass. But assuming he's not referring to any detractor or internet personality, where's your evidence that people who chastise you are unfit, Phil? Have you met them? Do you have a friend of a friend of a friend who knows Kevin Bacon and he knows a fat detractor? I mean, cite your source, you dodgy little shit.
Obnoxious Ass Stank has tipped me $1.22. Gee, thanks, Obnoxious Ass Stank. Well, Obnoxious Ass Stank got us to 100. Wow. Thanks a lot. All right, is anyone going to drop 50 to get the goal tonight? I don't think so. Sucks because we have good momentum, and it is what it is. It happens. You can't hit the goal every night, but it would have been great if we could have done it tonight.
And it just wouldn't be a Phil video if, in tandem with all the misinformation, outright bad advice, and flat-out wrong statements, we didn't have a beg so egregious it made me replay it the first time I saw it. This asshole just asked if anyone was just going to give him $50. Why? Why would anyone just give you $50, asshole? You sat on stream for 30 seconds, wage quit your game, and then just sat there existing with your chat. Only Phil truly believes that he deserves $150 a night for providing less to society at large than a fucking fry cook. I mean, at least a fry cook contributes to a service and they don't beg you for spare change when you order your food. Yeah, Phil, that's where you are in your successful life. 16-year-olds contribute more to society than you. Home Depot sells rope, you know. Thought I'd throw that odd little factoid out there. Big ups to the newbies, neophytes, and the god-tier gym rats for the support. In the words of ALT, you're all legends. Until next time, Swole's the goal for a troll. Lift heavy, eat clean. And if you call in the next 15 minutes, Phil will send you an autographed copy of a game case. Case contains no game. Shipping and handling is the responsibility of the customer. $50 tip is required to unlock free item despite being advertised as free.